और अब may I now request Dr. Pronab Mohanty, IPS IG ICT, to give his keynote address. I invite you.
Thank you very much. Indeed, a privilege to be amongst the distinguished guests. So a lot has been spoken about drones since yesterday and today. And my perspective would be from border policing and border management. Drones, as was pointed out yesterday by the Honorable Minister, is an idea whose time has come. It can no longer be postponed, and more as the time unravels, its use will also be increasing. It is versatile, the technology is accessible and easy to use, highly integrable. We have in fact a perfect storm coming up with its, drone technology as it exists now, to be combined with 5G, with IoT, with AI/ML, and other telecommunications developments which are now arriving. Drones are cheap and cost-effective. The technology is inevitable and, of course, disruptive. It is going to change. It's going to be a game changer in any field that it enters. And being versatile, the field is large. Coming to its utility in border policing. May I have the slides move, please? Next slide. Well, it's not moving. So in border policing, we have, next slide. We have basically what we call as ISR, or the intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance. We have defense and countermeasures being undertaken through drones. We have deployment assistance using drones, and welfare. These are basically the broad categories that we are using. Of this, of paramount importance is intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance. What we do in the border policing organizations is surveillance on the international border, which is done both on our side of the border along a segment and also on the opposite side, the counterpart. The counterparts also do the same. We use it occasionally for target illumination, should we be requiring targeting. And during times of hostilities, of course, it's required for artillery and fire spotting and direction finding. And we might be seeing examples of that in the wars that are now happening in contemporary situations. So coming to what are some of the defense and countermeasures that we are taking using drones. We are using drones against drones. Many of these drones which we are using are often used to aid the capture of hostile drones in various methodologies. Drones are used against border crimes, specifically against the use of drones in drug dropping, drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, messaging, hostile surveillance, and also munitions drops, which have been happening from time to time. Coming to what we use in terms of deployment assistance, there are some of the unique usages like spraying on sarkanda, or the elephant grass that grows in the no man's land between the counterparts and our territory, which inhibits visibility. Used as a source of replenishment for arms and ammunition in difficult and hostile terrain and circumstances. Done for area mapping and for change detection. The last one is very important, where the use of AI/ML is, quite prevalent. Of course, we also use it for welfare for our own troops and also for the population living in very inaccessible regions, for reaching medicines, vaccines, and for saving lives and healthcare. This is an evolving platform which will go on as we proceed. Coming to the issue of rogue drones, which we'll be having a panel upon. So where we are having countering challenges through averted numerous attempts at intrusion, assistance of anti-drone systems have been sought for. Urgent need to thwart future attempts in these directions and threat of autonomous drones. We shall be having a detailed panel discussions on this. And then what are some of the initiatives that we have taken up? We have accelerating growth of India's new innovations, or the Agni program, taken up with the Principal Scientific Advisor, the Bhumi, the BSF High-Tech undertaking for maximizing innovation hackathons, partnerships with DRDO, the comprehensive integrated border management solution and low-cost solutions using drones, and we have partnerships with the Rashtriya Raksha universities as well. What is the way forward? We have vast experience in terms of both operating drones and countering rogue drones. We have developed databases and expertise in manufactures, repairs, and analytics concerning drones, and we aim to have partnerships with startups and innovators through MOUs. Thank you.
दीप कनाकिया, डायरेक्टर ऑपरेशंस, ड्रोन फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया, आपसे निवेदन है कि डॉक्टर प्रणब मोहंती को मेमेंटो प्रदान करें. I now request Shri Jose Mohan, IG Airport Sector, CISF, Bangalore, to kindly speak on the occasion, give the keynote address.
Thank you and good afternoon to all of you. Respected seniors present here, esteemed participants, and today it's indeed a great pleasure for me to represent my DG, being part of this prestigious event. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. If you see the drone attack, the scenario of the whole drone attack scenario, across the world, most of the places, either the drone attacks happens on VIPs or the vital installations. Vital installations could be nuclear establishments, power plants, refineries, and not the least, airports. We CISF, we are there in all the vital installations. We protect almost 165 VIPs in the country. So to start with, few examples of drone attacks in the airports. In the Ohio state of United States, last 5 years, if you see, there are 117 incidents of drone hit on aeroplanes. 117 incidents. Most of you must have seen, or most of you must have heard about the New Jersey Newark Airport shutdown, which the airport was shut down for almost 90 minutes. And the financial implication of that shutdown was $90 million. You can estimate the financial implication of a drone attack or sighting a rogue drone. Similar shutdowns were there in Gatwick Airport, in Frankfurt Airport, in Madrid Airport, many other airports. And Dubai Airport, it states that in last 3 years, their loss because of drone spotting is $16 million. And these days we know most of the anti-state actors, whether it is ISIS or the Houthi militants of Yemen, Saudi, the non-state actors of Syria, Lebanon, all these people, they have drone capabilities, and in 2016, we know that to defend Mosul, ISIS used drones vastly. The Aramco attack of 2018, drones were used, and so the potential of drone in causing tremendous damage is enormous. Yesterday and today, most of the time, discussions were, or the session before this, most of the time we were discussing about the physical attack or the direct attack by the drones. But one part we are missing is the capability or the use of drones as aid in attack, as aid in crimes. Drones are used for transportation of contrabands across the border. It could be in seaports, it could be in the coastline. Drugs are transported, delivered. It is used to deliver weapons, explosives, and most interestingly, we were discussing so much about food delivery, about delivery of medicines, and drones are quite commonly used these days to deliver prohibited items, drugs to prisons. There are so many instances reported in Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, United States about delivery of prohibited items to prisons using drones. So, in nutshell, there are tremendous potential opportunities offered by drones, but the potential for disruptive activities, the potential to cause damage is also very high. So we need to be really prepared. We need to strategize for countering these rogue drones. So that is the main focus which we have to, like in the paramilitary or in the local police, we keep on raising our voice that the equal emphasis should be given on rogue drones, how to counter these drones. It should be equal emphasis should be given to this counter drone technology. So the counter drone, if we come to the counter drone technology, it primarily focuses on detection and neutralization. So the detection is based on maybe identifying the radio frequency, maybe using radars, maybe it uses the acoustic detection, it may be even the IR and microwave cameras. Regarding neutralization of drones, so many technologies are available. It varies from soft skills. Soft skills include it may be jamming, radio frequency jamming or GLONASS jamming. There are so many technologies available, and some of the exhibitors here, they have displayed it also. Hard kill is another option which many people prefer. It may be laser gun using to kill the drone, to burn the drone. It could be the physical gun using to, the projectile is used to bring down the drone. We are also proposing net, like if you see the CASIC is China's aerospace development agency. They propose net drone catching nets as one of the most effective and efficient method to secure vital installations from drones. So there are so many things. We discuss so much about technology. I would like to emphasize that technology is one component. Along with technology, we need strict regulations. What's happening in the ground, if you see the ground situation, like in airport sector, I can say that almost every month we get a drone spotting. Next step, we report to the local police station. Mostly that's the end of it. And 99% of the drone detections are by physically seeing, or it's during the patrolling, they are sighting the drones. So the technology used in detection is very minimal as on today. The solution, what I suggest, along with the technology, we need strict regulation. As on today, drone rules are, it's published in 2021, it has come up, but implementation part, if you see, as on today, it's reported that in India we have around 1 million drones which are not registered. 1 million drones which are not registered. We don't know who is the owner, how they are using, when they are using. It's a huge threat to the security. So the first step, we need to get the drones registered. We have a beautiful, as on today, if we say, it's a beautiful rules come out in aircraft, in the drone rules, it's very good. The section 11 specifies, it clearly specifies, the rule 11 says there should be mandatory safety features, and the mandatory safety features includes no permission, no takeoff hardware should be installed in the drone. But hardly we have it implemented in the manufacturing level, or real-time tracking beacon that communicates the drone's altitude, speed, and UAN. It should be installed, it's a mandatory provision. all drones should have geofencing capability. Rule 13 says the unique identification number shall be linked to the unique serial number given by the manufacturer. Then that will give the capability for detection of, automatic detection of the drone, whether it's a friend or a foe. Accordingly, we can act. Now we are thinking a lot about counter-drone strategy, but if we are not sure about whether it's a friend or a foe, then it becomes quite tough. So to conclude, my suggestion is like drones are going to populate our cities. It's going to occupy maybe the route given by the UTM policy or the UTM management agency, but we have to have a simpler enforcement or simpler regulation in which if there is a violation of drone rules, then immediately it should be enforced, it should be implemented. That is the key. If the local police station, I was posted as Commissioner Jodhpur before joining CASF, there we used to see so many drones used even in the night. Drones are not allowed to fly during night, not registered. But what is the legal provision? What action we can initiate if someone is not following drone rules 21? Of course, we have a very, I will say it's a very weak legal provision in which we have to take the permission of DGCA or BCAS and then initiate a proceeding in the court. You can think about something happens in Badmir or Bikaner or maybe Guntur, how the police will take the permission and file a petition in the court. It's a very complicated task, like what the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned in yesterday's address. It was stated that from 25 it was brought down to 5, the licensing procedure or the permission, it was brought down to only 5 stages. So similarly for the enforcement, for the implementation, we need to make it really simple, and if there is a strict enforcement provision, there will be deterrence. That deterrence will create tremendous impact in controlling the rogue drones. That will synergize the technology. Technology alone cannot give the solution. It has to be a combination of the right enforcement measures with mix of technology. And with this, I think already we are running late. I'm not further getting into the discussion. I am concluding, and once again I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and it was a really honor for me to be here. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच मिस्टर जोस मोहन। और अब मैं दीप कनाकिया आपसे ही निवेदन करती हूँ कि श्री जोस मोहन का सम्मान करें, उन्हें मेमेंटो देकर। ही इज़ IG एयरपोर्ट सेक्टर CISF बेंगलुरु। थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। विचारों का ये मंथन चलता ही रहेगा।